Namaste. Welcome to the Sanskrit basic course. Let us begin this course with a prayer. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddher Bhavatu Me Sada Yenaksharasamaamnayam maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam. Let us begin this course with a short story. We shall first look into how the world came into existence and then the language and how it got purified, refined to become Sanskrit language. Brahma is the creator who created everything. The same Brahma created Vedas. These were orally transmitted. Vedas, the very first creation, these were in the language Sanskritam. So Sanskrit existed right at the beginning of the creation. And there were many kinds of Vyakaranam, Aindra Vyakaranam, etc. So there were many grammar and many grammarians earlier. For this era, we follow Panini Vyakaranam. So Panini Rishi, he once meditated on Bhagavan Shiva. Lord Shiva, whenever he is happy, sad or angry, he dances. With Panini Rishi's meditation, Shiva was very happy and he danced blissfully. And at the end of his blissful dance, he gave out 14 sounds to Panini Rishi. And these 14 sounds were created from his double drum in his hand. Nataraja is the name of the form of Lord Shiva when he dances. Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajo Nanada Dhakkam Nava Panchavaram Uddhartu Kamas Sanakadi Siddhan Etad Vimarshe Shiva Sutra Jalam. This shloka explains the complete story. Bhagwan Shiva, in the form of Nataraja, danced blissfully, and at the end of his cosmic dance, he gave out 14 sounds. 9 plus 5, 14 sounds. Nava Panchavaram. Nava is 9, Pancha is 5. So 9 plus 5, 14 times he made sounds from his double drum dhakka. And after that, Panini Rishi composed the complete Vyakaranam, grammar. His text is known as Ashtadhyayi. These 14 sounds are given to bless Sanakadi Rishis. Sanaka and so on. The Rishis were blessed and their vision was relived because of these 14 sounds. These 14 sounds are known as Maheshwara Sutrani or Shiva Sutrani or Akshara Samamnayaha. These 14 sounds encompasses all the sounds which exists in the language. You can now look into the highlighted letters. These are the 14 sounds known as Maheshwara Sutrani. Ayun, Rilk, Eong, Ayauch, Hayavarat, Lan, Nyamangananam, Jhabhai, Ghadhadhash, Jabagadadash, Khapha Chathatha Chatatav, Kapai, Shashasar, Hal. These are the 14 sutras known as Maheshwara Sutrani, which became the base for Panini's Ashtadhyayi, and we should begin learning Paniniya Vyakaranam, Panini grammar with these 14 sounds. We had many grammarians and grammars earlier. For this era, we follow Bhagwan Panini, Rishi Panini's grammar. Let us begin to learn vowels, Swaraha. The vowels are first divided into 3 categories based on the length of pronunciation. The length of pronouncing a short vowel is 1 matra kala, 1 meter. So the short vowels Hraswaha are A, I, U, R, L. Dirghaha, or the long vowels, take 2 matras to pronounce. A, I, U, R. There is no long for L. A, I, O, Ow. All of these vowels also have the prolated form, which is when you pronounce these vowels for more than 3 matras, it is known as prolated. For example, when we call someone who is standing very far away, we tend to extend the last vowel sound to make our sound reach that person. Like Krishna Atra Agacha. So when you call someone out, you surely use Pluta. So Krishna, the last A becomes Pluta. And again, like when we pronounce the Omkara Pranava mantra, we can extend Om as long as we can. So Om. Their O is Pluta, more than 2 matras. These are the ways you write Pluta letters in Sanskritam, but there is a set of vowels which are put in a certain order, and that order is according to the usage of the language, and the order is known as Varnamala. You can see here on screen Varnamalaha. This is Swaraha, A, I, U, U, R, L, E, I, O, Au, Aha. Basically, the Swara Varnaha are only 13 in number, and and Aha, these are Ayogavaha. So these 2 letters use the vowel sound in the previous letter, and it just gives the nasal sound for which is known as anuswaraha, and aha is known as visargaha. So basically the anuswara sound just follows the previous vowel sound, and visargaha as well follows the previous vowel sound. For example, guru and anuswara becomes gurum. You hear the sound and when you have hari and then anuswara, it becomes harim. You hear to the sound im. And when it is after akara, ramam. So you hear to the sound So basically it is ma sound after the vowel sound which comes just before this anuswara. Again for visargaha as well, when it is after ukara, guru and ukara, it becomes guruhu, which is after ikara, it becomes ihi, like harihi, kavihi. So these two, and aha, anuswara and visargaha, are ayoga vahau. They do not come under any of these categories, but still we put them in the category of vowels in Varnamala. Now looking into Vyanjanani or consonant sounds. We have two categories of consonants. The first is grouped or Vargiya Vyanjanani, and the second is Avargiya Vyanjanani. Vargiya Vyanjanani means there is a particular grouping done, and the grouping is based on the pronunciation of the letters. It has some similarity, so it is put in certain order. It is named after the first of the whole group, like ka vargaha is ka, kha, ga, kha, nga, and cha, cha, ja, jha, nya is known as chavargaha. Ta, tha, da, dha, na is known as tavargaha. Ta, tha, da, dha, na is known as tavargaha. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma is known as pavargaha. Panini Rishi further makes it short. He gives the names ku, chu, tu, tu, pu for these 5 groups. Now over to ungrouped Avargiya Vyanjanani. These are of these types: Antasthaha, Ya, Ra, La, Va. These are known as semi-vowels. Ya, Ra, La, Va. And Ushmanaha, sibilants. These are Sha, Sha, Sa, Ha. Now we'll look into how these letters are pronounced and why these are put into these categories. Now look into only the consonants. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga and ha. These sounds come from throat. You can see Panini Rishi's sutram here. Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. So kantaha means throat. So ku, the letters or the forms of the letter a. So that is about vowels. Looking into the consonants ka, kha, ga, gha, nga and the letter ha, these originate from the throat. The next cha, cha, ja, jha, nya originates from hard palate, which is just behind our upper teeth. A hard portion. You can try touching the upper roof of your mouth with your tongue, which is hard. That is known as talu. Ichu yashanam talu. So the forms of the vowel sound e, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, and y and sh. These letters originate from the hard palate or talu. Next, t, th, d, dh, na. These come from the soft palate, the place just behind the hard portion of our roof of our mouth. It will be soft to touch. You can try touching. You have to roll your tongue to take it behind and touch up there. So that is known as murdha. Riturashanam murdha. So the forms of the vowel sound r and ta, tha, da, dha, na known as tu, then ra and sh. These letters are from murdha. Then ta, tha, da, dha, na, la, sa. L, tu, la, sa, nam, dantaha. So you touch the teeth to pronounce these letters. L and prolated form of L, and ta, tha, da, dha, na, tavarga, and la and sa. These are pronounced with the help of teeth. Next, upu padmaniyanam oshtau, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. These sounds are from the lips. So you round your lips or you touch the lips. So you use the lips to pronounce these letters. Up means the sound of U. And Pu is Pavarga. And you have Upadmaniyam. Upadmaniyam is nothing but the Visarga just before Pa and Pa is known as Upadmaniyam. So you pronounce it with a F sound. So Punaf Purani. So Punaha and Purani together becomes Punaf Purani. So that is Upadmaniyam. Now these are also with the help of lips. These are also pronounced with the help of lips. Then you have Nyamangananam. These fall under different categories. Like Nga comes under Kavarga, Nya comes under Chavarga, Na comes under Tavarga, Na comes under Tavarga, Ma comes under Pavarga. So these have Kantha, Talu, Murda, Danta, Aushtau plus Nasikacha. It uses the nose or the nasal sounds too. And A, Dai, Toho, Kantha, Talu. The letters A and I uses the throat and Talu. So it's basically formed, A and I letters are basically formed out of the combination of the letters A and E. So Kantha and Talu. Next, O, Dau, Toho, Kanthostham. O letter and Au letter. These two are formed out of the two letters A and U. So these two letters together form two kinds of vowels. Diphthongs we call in English. The combinations of vowels are known as diphthongs. So O and Au are from Kanthostham. So from the throat, and also we round the lips. So Kantha and Oshtau. So you use throat and the lips. Vakarasya Dantostham. We have only V in Sanskrit. There is no W. Don't round your lips. It's not Oshtau. We do not use W. We use the teeth and the lips. Danta Oshta. So you pronounce it like this. Va. And then Jihwa Muliyam. For K and K, just before K and K, if you have Visarga, you do not pronounce it as a H. Instead, you have a special name for it known as Jihwa Muliyam. Just like Upadmaniyam before P and P, you have before K and K Jihwa Muliyam. And the sound should come like this. sound should come, like balakah kridati. So balakah kridati is correct when you pronounce it separately, two different words, but when you pronounce it together, it is balakah kridati. So you have that sound which is known as jihva mulyam. And anuswaraha nasika. So you use the nose to pronounce anuswaraha. Visargaha is kantaha, from kantaha. So with this, we come to the end of our first session. We have covered how the language came into existence, how the letters are pronounced, how are the letters categorized, and we also looked into the sutras of Panini to learn how to pronounce the letters better. Namaste.